Hello guys, welcome to the Android Classroom. So guys, as you all know, in the previous lecture we have learned how we can create contact and read it in a list view with our Flutter application using Firebase database. So now in this lecture we are going to learn how we can update our contact and delete it. So let's get started. So guys, first let's come back to our contact.dart page, and here let's create two buttons for edit and delete. So we are going to create two buttons below this mobile number and type of our contact. We're going to create another row below this row of mobile number and type. So let me just create a row, and with children's, so the first child will be gesture detector, and I'm using gesture detector so that we can handle on tap event on this button. For now, let's make it empty and let's give it a child. Child is going to be a row which will contain an icon and a text. So this will also have children, and the first icon children will be a icon with icons dot let me say edit. Color will be primary color theme dot of contact, theme dot of contacts dot primary color. Let's add another widget in our button, so let's just add some spacing using size box with equals to, let me say 6 I guess, and then text widget which will say edit. Let's add some styling to a text, and let's copy our styling of this number. Well, now let's copy the number styling and paste it over here, and let's change the color to primary color. Now let's see how our this is looking. Okay, we didn't get that text. I think there's some error. Okay, I just forget to add a semicolon here and a closing parameter. Okay, we are getting the button edited. Okay, we just forget to add some margin between these both rows, so let's add some size box. Size box, and the height will be 15 pixels, and we need to increment our size of our container from 100 to let me say 130, and then it will look much pretty. And then one more thing, let's make them align to the right side. So main axis alignment dot end. Now it's looking much pretty. Okay, for delete button, let's just copy this gesture detector. Just copy and let's just paste it over here and change icon to delete icon, from edit to delete, and let's change text from edit to delete. And also let's change the color of our delete icon and text, and this time for delete I'm using red color. So colors dot red, and to get a darker shade of red I will use the value 700, and same I will do for text, colors dot red, and to get darker shade I will use 700. Now let's just see how it's looking. Okay, so it's so messed up. Let's add some spacing between both the buttons, edit and delete. For that let's use size box with 20 I guess, and let's add some size box after this gesture detector also, so that we can get some spacing after the delete button. So size box with 20. So now it's looking much pretty. So now we need to edit our contact. So guys, to edit our contact we need to modify our old codes, our previous codes. So let me show you. In our database reference we have a unique key of every contact. You can see this MRAJJS, this whole alphanumeric key. This is a unique key of every contact in our app. So we need to get this key in our contact list. So how we can get that? You must be remember that we are using Firebase animated list, and here in the snapshot we are getting all the value, this name, number and type. This snapshot also contains this key. How we can get this key? Let's just modify our contact and add another info in this contact. So contact key equals to snapshot dot key. This snapshot dot key is equals to this key, this unique key. So now we have got the key. So now let's just work on our edit functionality. For that I'm going to create another screen here. Let's name it edit contact dot, and here I'm going to copy all of our add contacts codes. Okay, so we don't have to rewrite this code. Let's just copy and paste it on edit contact, and let me just rename it to from add contact to edit contact, and let's just rename it all control H, edit contact, add contacts. We will replace with edit contact. I will do it for all. So now all the errors are gone. Okay, so if you want to replace it very easily, just use Ctrl plus H on VS Code and it will replace add contact, all the add contacts in this page to edit contact, or you can do it manually. It's up to your choice, no issues. Okay, now in edit contact we need this key. This key is very essential to edit the contact. So what we'll do, we'll create a member variable. Let's call it string contact key, and we'll get this okay, and we'll get this key in its method contact key, edit contact. And this, I prefer using name variables. I just like them. You can omit this and just omit this brackets. I just love using name variables, name parameters, so I always use name parameters like this, but you can omit it. It's up to your choice. Okay, so now we are getting this contact key in our edit contact. Okay, so let's just navigate through our edit contact page. In contacts we have created a edit button, as you all know. Where it is here. No, it is delete, sorry. This is edit button, yeah. So we'll just navigator dot push contacts material page route builder empty, and it's going to return edit and it is going to return our edit contact page. And here we will pass this contact key which we have just got from our snapshot key. We have got that by snapshot key. So let's just pass this contact key. Okay, so it's all clear now. We are getting this key, this unique key, from our snapshot. You can see here snapshot.key just contains this unique key, and we are saving it into our contact map with a name of key, with a key of key. Okay, so this key is equals to our this unique key, and now we are passing this key into our edit contact page. Okay, it's all clear. This contact key contains this unique key of every contact, whichever contact we are passing into our edit contact page. Okay, now let's get all our contact data in edit contact page. To do that, we will create a method here called get contact detail, and here in data snapshot we'll get all the value of our data. So let's just name it snapshot equals to underscore ref. You know, we have just created a database reference for adding contact that was already done by our add contact functionality, so we don't have to instantiate database reference. You can see sorry, I just opened navigator. You can see the reference has been created here, database reference, which is equals to context, which points to this context here. Okay, so as we know, this reference points to this contact, but we don't want all the contact detail. We only want this particular keys information. We don't want all the contact. We just want one particular contact. So we will use dot child and we'll pass this contact key which we were getting from this contact page, and then we'll call once, because we only want data for once. We don't want to listen it again and again, because here it is not updating automatically, we are updating it. So we don't want on value, we'll use on once to get the data only one time. Now it's giving us an error because it returns a future. So we'll make this function async, and here we'll use await. So it will await for the task, and when it completes it will return a snapshot and we'll save it in this snapshot, data snapshot. Now let's get our data, and we know how we do it. We'll create a map, name contact equals to snapshot dot what it was, snapshot dot value. Sorry, it was snapshot dot value. Now in this contact, now we are getting all the information, name, number and type. So we'll pass this name, number and type in our text editing controllers and our type selected. So first for name controller, I will call name controller dot text equals to contact name, because this key should be same, this name keyword should be same as here, so it is name. Now let me just call number controller dot text equals to contact number, and then I will call set state, and then I will call set state type selected. Yes, type selected equals to what it is, contact contact it is contact, what the name is, type. Yeah, type. Okay, why I used set state here? Because I want to change the color. Let me just show you of this buttons. So that's why I call it set state, so that it automatically colors whatever is chosen. Like if it is friend, it will color it to friend, it is family, it will color it to family, work to work. So that's why I use set state here. Now we are getting all our data. Let's just call this function in our init state. After instantiating our reference, let's just call contact details, and let's just restart our app and see if we are getting data or not. So I have just restarted my app. Now let me just click on edit button, and you can see we're getting the data, name, number and type. We're getting it all correct, but let's just change the name from save contact to update contact, and let's work on updating it. So now we are getting the data of our chosen contact. So let me just go to app bar and change it to update contact, and inside this button, save button, I will make it update button. Now while updating contact is very easy, we don't have to do much. There's only one line of code and it will start updating the contact. What we have to do, you must have remembered that in save contact we are using this push keyword, this push function, to create this auto generated key. But we in update we know what the key is, so we don't have to push, we don't have to generate this key. We will give this key to Firebase and just tell him that Firebase, please go and update the data of this particular key. So how we can do it? Instead of writing push, we will just call child, go to this child, and in this child I am going to give this widget dot contact key. Okay guys, there's one more change left, that is we need to change this set. We need to change the set function to update function. And why I need to change this, I will show you in a minute. So let's just run our app and see if it is updating our contact or not. Let me just click on edit. Sorry, I think I didn't run it. Okay, now let me click on edit, and let's just make this to no, it will be a number 00000, and let's just change it to friends, and let me update contact, and you can see the information has been updated. Same will go for name. If I just change it to Murtaza Agaz to Agaz, update, we updated. Okay, now it's getting updated. So guys, why we use update not set? Let me explain you this. If we have used set and we weren't updating numbers, for now we are updating all the three values of this node. We are updating name, number and type. But suppose we are working with a huge node which have multiple of multiple values, and we weren't updating all the values. We were just updating few of them values. Let's just omit number, comment it out, and now if I run the code, what set will do, you can see the error. It has just removed the number key. We aren't getting any number key now because it just overrides this child. It will first delete this child and then override it with whatever value we are giving. If we miss to give it any value, it will not make an empty string for it. nor it will leave it. It will just override it to null. So now the number has become null. It is not available in our node. For that reason we are using update. And now if I do same with update, let me just first add a number here. Let me just add a key number, and let's just give number 00000 and add it here. Okay, now we are getting this details. And now if I go into edit, remember our number is still commented out, is still comment out. We'll go edit, and I will just an update, and you can see the number has not been changed. So the update only changes the value which we were giving it here. Like we are giving name and type, so it will only replace these both value. It won't work with number. It will leave number as it is. It will not delete it. So that's why we use update, not set, while updating our data in Firebase. So that's it for today's, guys. In the next lecture we will learn how we can delete data in Firebase. So let me give you a quick guide what we have done in this lecture. So guys, first we have just created two buttons for edit and delete using gesture detector, so that we can use on tap functionality. So that's why you have used gesture detector. And before that, what we have done in our Firebase animated list, where we were getting all the contact list data, we have get this key, this unique key of every contact with help of snapshot. This snapshot.key contains this key, this unique key, and we have saved this key in our contact map with the name of key. Okay, and then we have passed this key in our edit contact page. Here we have got this contact key. This contact key is now saved in this variable, and now here we are getting all the contact data and saving it in our text controllers and changing our type selected to whatever it is saved in Firebase. Okay guys, there was one more way of getting this contact data. That was, we could have just passed this contact map instead of passing this ID, this contact key. We could have just passed this contact map, and we could have get all the data similar, all the data in our edit contact field. But the purpose of this video was to learn something. That's why we have gone with a longer path, longer route. But you can just go with passing the contact map, not getting it from the Firebase. But for learning purpose, we are doing it in a longer way. So now we have got our contact data from Firebase, and we have set it the views with the updated data. And then in our save contact method, which should be update contact, we need to rename it. What we are doing, let me just comment out this number. What we are doing, instead of pushing this data, pushing this map, we were using child. We were telling Firebase, don't create a unique ID for this object. Instead, go find this ID, and whatever data this ID contains, just update its data with this map. Don't set this data, don't override the data, just update the data. Means whichever keys are present in this map, only work with that keys and leave all the other keys and value as it is. So that's why we have used update, and then this is going and updating our data in Firebase. So that's it for today's, guys. Hope you have enjoyed the video, and if you have any doubt left, please write down in the comment section. And if you have learned something today, please give me a like. Thank you so much. Bye bye.